Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Silas and I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're watching this video. I'm so glad you are following me on social media and listening to my podcast. It's so great to see this happen because, let me be honest, before 2020, I used to see all these influencers, people who have like thousands and millions of people following them. And I was one of the people following them. I still am. But it's so nice being able to produce content because there is absolutely things that you can say to people who are going to influence their lives, And that's just great. I love talking about productivity, about books, about music. And that's why you're here probably. So yeah, I'm just glad. On today's video, we're going to talk about the book review of the month of July. I don't know if you recall, but last month we started the month talking about a book. It's called Atomic Habits. I actually have the book here by James Clear. Great, excellent book. I know I say this a lot. Oh, this book is great, but this book is actually great, and we're gonna talk about this in a minute. I also, by the middle part of this video, I'm gonna talk about the next month, the month of August, which book we're gonna read together, hopefully. And that's it. I don't know if you've noticed, but this is a new scenario, which means finally we are in our new place. My wife and I, we just moved to our new place. It's amazing. It's great. It's small, but it's perfect for us. It's just us and our cat. The walls are the way we like, the kitchen and the bedroom and everything, the colors. It's so nice being able to choose this kind of stuff. I know it seems simple for some people, but for us it's just a blessing. It's so great the way God actually did these things in our lives, and the way we see was impressive. Well, so here we go. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Well, for starters, this book is great. Tiny changes, remarkable results. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. This book talks about this idea of creating good habits, getting rid of the bad ones. But that's not just it. It actually helps us understand in a practical way what we can do to achieve these goals of getting rid of some bad habits and gain some new good habits that we want to have. Because one of the things he talks about is that these tiny changes, these very small things that we add every single day, they're gonna lead us to a bigger outcome. And it was funny because while I was thinking about this after reading the book, last year at Montreal University, when I was still an MRU student, I had a professor, Dr. Ollegario. He was a math professor, and we read a book together as a class. The name of the book is Beyond Numeracy by John Allen Paulos, I think is the name of the mathematician who wrote the book. And the book is very interesting and nice, but it's a math book, and it's not an explanation of stuff, but we have these different chapters where we go through very specific things in mathematics. And the chapter I was responsible for was chapter 6, the chaos theory. And the chaos theory is exactly what James Clear talks about in this book, Atomic Habits. Because the chaos theory is this: very small, close to insignificant changes in something can lead to outrageous outcomes. And what I really want to talk about in this book is the 1% rule. The 1% rule is not the only thing he talks about. I was thinking about making this video separating to 4 or 5 topics, so you could understand the whole idea of the book. But I want to take my time and talk about this 1% rule. How it talks about the compound interest. Here's the example. You want to start a new habit. So every day you improve or you do something 1% more. If you improve 1% every single day, By the end of the year, you're gonna be 37 times better if that's something you started. This is so crazy to think about, because if you think about, I don't know, going to the gym and bench pressing, if you start, no, today, 2 reps, good. Tomorrow, 3 reps. So you go increasing like this. By the end of the year, you are 37 times better. And when you're talking about creating habits, going to the gym, eating healthy food, reading more, exercising, meditating, whatever it is, the idea of creating a good habit sometimes is overwhelming, because, oh my God, I'm so far away from that. I see these guys at the gym, huge guys with big bulgy biceps and very voluptuous chest, and oh my God, I'm so far away from that. But if I continue pushing myself every day 1% more, maybe I'm not gonna be like them after 1 year, but maybe after 2 years I will. The idea of getting better at something day by day is amazing, and it amazes me. Now, when we're talking about habits, about a habit change, about a creation of a habit, this is absolutely impressive. Because how many times we struggle because we say, I can't do this, it's too damn difficult. And most of the times we'll be right. Things are difficult sometimes. It's difficult to get from A to B when B is so far away. But you don't need to get from A to B. There are a lot of stops between A and B. And that's what he talks about a lot in this book. Another reason I'm not going to go so deep into every single detail of the book, because next Wednesday, August 11th, I'm going to cover the entire book on my podcast, Think Onward. For 30 minutes, I'll be talking about the book and every single detail. So there, I'm going to separate into topics, maybe 4 or 5 topics, and then go deeper into what the book actually talks about in terms of the entire habit thing, changing thing. Another detail about this changing habits is that sometimes we want to get rid of bad habits. We can use the same idea, we can start the same way. Eliminating a habit 1% less of that habit each day. After 365 days, you're going to be close to 0. So let's think about smoking, for instance. I don't smoke, but sometimes people smoke and they want to quit, and they find it difficult. By smoking one last cigarette each day for a year, by the end of the year, you're going to be maybe not smoking anymore. So this book is just amazing for this, and it's causing in my life and in our lives here, my wife and I, we are changing so many habits because of ideas we are implementing in our lives that are from this book. There's another book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Great book. And actually James Clear, which is a very young author, he said that he took a lot of his ideas from Charles Duhigg. Dr. Duhigg is an amazing author, but he actually made this book more practical. So in case you haven't read, please do it. If you're thinking about reading this book and you're not sure, I encourage you. I'm 100% sure this book, once you read it and you put into practice some stuff, it's going to change your life. I'm going to make a video in the future about what specifically changed in my life after reading the book, and what habits I got and what I got rid of because of James Clear and because of this book. Now my suggestion for the month of August is this book here, Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. I'm gonna be honest with you, I decided to read this book like 30 minutes ago. This book belongs to my wife. I've never read this book. Actually, I have no idea what happens, because the only book of Jane Austen that I've read was Pride and Prejudice, and basically I read because I really like the movie. I love the names Jane and Elizabeth, and we love the names so much that we want to name our daughters when we have them Jane and Elizabeth because of Jane Austen. Mansfield Park, I have no idea what it talks about, but I know it's a good book because Jane Austen was an amazing author. Maybe she wasn't appreciated at her time, as she should, because, well, 200 years ago she was a woman, and women shouldn't be writing books, as they said. And so after she died, she got very famous, and people actually noticed how amazing she was. And that's it. The month of August is gonna be Jane Austen month. Probably, I'll guess it's an easy read, because it's a romance. I think it's a romance. I don't know if she should write something else, but I guess it's a romance. My wife loves this book. She loves Jane Austen, all of her books. I don't know how many but I probably she read most of them. And, well, again, I just read Pride and Prejudice, so now let's dive into Mansfield Park. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. Again, next Wednesday, August 11th, available my new episode on my podcast, Think Onward. And there I'm going to talk about Atomic Habits with James Clear more deeply. I have 25-30 minutes to talk about a book, so I am going to do it. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do it. Videos here every Wednesday. We talk about books, studies, productivity, and music. I have some music videos here as well. And if you have any kind of suggestion, book suggestion, music video suggestion, any kind of video that you would like to watch on this channel, please comment in the comment section down below. I'm gonna be really glad to listen and to hear from you, okay? And that's it for today. See you next Saturday. Bye-bye.